Welcome to the Locked In with Megan Holden and
Sam Rodriguez.
And we're just two college kids who love sports, who know about sports, and thought this would be the perfect time to start a career, either this or making soap. And we're gonna give this one a try for a week, I think, and see how it goes. All right, let's get locked in. Start with Brady. Now he signed with the Bucks, 2-year deal, around $50 million.
Yeah, $50 million in total with about $9 million in incentives for the rest.
Let's start off. What do you think of the move? Do you think it's a smart move by him leaving the Patriots?
I think it's an all right move considering he wants to cement his legacy. And being with Belichick, there's still the questions as if it's Belichick being the successful one or him being the successful one. So him leaving is an attempt for him to prove that he can win without Belichick.
Completely 100%. And I think it's also the fact that the Buccaneers have weapons. The Patriots don't have that type of level of weapons. They have Mike Evans. They have Chris Goodwin. They have O.J. Howard, who they refuse to use. So hopefully they change that now. And they have Cameron Brate. And then offensive line. That's the thing that I think they need to fix if they have Brady. Brady needs time. Even though he has a fast release, if he gets rattled in the pocket, he can make some mistakes.
Exactly. That's how it was in New England. Whenever he got pressured, he kind of just fell down.
Yeah, and he doesn't have that go-to target that he's comfortable with with Edelman right at the moment. He still has to get comfortable with these guys. So it'll be interesting to see. I think they can compete in the playoffs. We will have to see. I think until they start playing, if I want to say they can win the Super Bowl.
I don't know if Brady's going to be able to hold the same kind of impact he had in New England coming in his later years.
That's why I think it was so important for him to get good weapons because I think he's seeing that he's declining a little bit and he can't do it by himself anymore.
Exactly.
So I think the Patriots not stepping up and getting him the weapons. And it was weird because the Patriots didn't really go after him hard with the contract. They kind of let him have control. They didn't seem like they wanted him as much. They kept trying to do the 1-year deals. And I think Brady just wanted to be wanted. And I think Buccaneers gave him that. Buccaneers came with a good deal. But let's move on. Cam Newton. I am surprised how much disrespect Cam Newton is getting.
It's because of the injuries.
I'm just baffled. Andy Dalton's getting more respect right now. Marcus Mariota got more respect right now. Did people forget, like, when Cam Newton came into the league, how dominant he was? 2018, he still had a great season.
He's still a Super Bowl caliber quarterback.
Yeah.
Still an MVP quarterback. It's just, do teams want to give him the chance with the past injuries that have been happening the past 2 years?
I think that's what's if you're gonna sign him, I feel like it has to be a team with a good O-line. And I feel like with Carolina, they didn't really give him the offensive weapons. They didn't give him the O-line. They didn't give him the support. I feel like if you can get a healthy Cam on your team with support, that's going to be dangerous. I feel like that makes you playoff contenders for sure.
100%.
And I'm looking at teams like the Chargers, the Patriots, but I know it's not going to happen because it looks like they're going to Stidham. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Do we think he's healthy enough? Do you think if you think he can come back healthy?
I think he's going to be all right to play. He just needs that protection for the O-line. He was getting hit a lot out in Carolina, and he really didn't have protection.
All right, so Dak got the franchise tag with the Cowboys. What do you think? Do you think they should give all the money, give whatever Dak wants, or?
He should have got the long-term deal over Amari Cooper.
Okay, I agree with that.
I just don't think that he's worth the money that he thinks he's worth. Because in my opinion, it's going to be a hot take, Tony Romo was a better quarterback for the Cowboys than Dak Prescott was.
Oh, wow. See, now, I don't know. I trust Dak more than I trust Tony. I trust Dak more than I trust Tony, and I feel like given the support, he's good enough to get you to the playoffs. There's not really many QBs out there that is like superstars. Like, it's probably one hand.
We'll see this year with the new coach coming in, considering they've had Jason Garrett for the past maybe 8 years.
I thought that was what's holding them back. I feel like that was long overdue.
It was long overdue, and I think Dak needs to find the right system to fit in because he was not fitting in well with that old Cowboy system.
No.
Neither was Zeke, honestly.
No. Dak, I mean, I feel like he hasn't had besides Amari Cooper, who do they really have before? They had Des Bryant, but he was towards the end. I feel like I don't know if you pay him more than what he's asking, and that's probably what's holding up the deal. He's probably not willing to go down. I feel like it's important that you keep Cooper, though. Even though it's kind of like 5 years, $100 million.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy for a wide receiver. What other option did you have for a wide receiver?
No, Amari Cooper is one of those receivers that are like 1 in a million. You need an Amari Cooper on your team to be successful.
Yeah.
He can play slot. He can go deep. He's quick. He's a solid height, too, as well. And he just needs someone to throw to him.
They gave him a huge contract. Like I said, I understand why you have to keep him, but I'm not sure if I would give anyone besides a quarterback that big of a contract. I'm always hesitant. Like, it has to be, like, a big difference maker. I know it's like 5 years, $100 million. That's 20 million years average.
I just don't know if I'd lock Dak in for that long.
Oh, that's for Cooper, though.
I know. I'm saying that's why they gave Cooper the deal over Dak, because they wanted to franchise him, because I don't think after this season, if he doesn't compete as what they want him to, he's gone.
Patriots need a quarterback. I'm okay with that. But no, actually talking about that, Watson, I don't know if you've been seeing, he made a lot of sub-tweets. He's not happy with the Hopkins trades. I wouldn't be either. I don't think he's happy with Bill O'Brien. It's going to be interesting. I mean, we've seen the odds. They have him as the best. They have him as the best odds to be the Patriots quarterback next season. I'm wondering if Bill O'Brien is crazy enough to do a trade this season. Or
I don't know if he's crazy enough. I'd hope he wouldn't be crazy enough. Deshaun Watson is a fantastic quarterback, and the fact that they got rid of DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson. Mm-hmm. David Johnson, let me remind you, this man has not had a terrific season in maybe 3-4 seasons.
This lost his starting running back job.
Exactly.
So, I mean, with Watson, I feel like if he demands a trade, it would take a lot. And I feel like that would be Bill O'Brien's job on the line right there. I feel like if you can trade a wide receiver, but if you trade a franchise QB...
You need a lot of draft picks in return.
You need a lot of draft picks. And then after that, you got to put up a good... You got to do something. You know, you can't just draft anybody. You got to show there's a plan here. I feel like... That's the only reason why I don't think the Watson thing is going to happen, because I don't think Bill O'Brien will risk his job like that.
I don't think he would either. It's just wild that they're even considering trading all their star players. Like, there's no need to restart. The Texans have what they need. Well, they had what they needed. And now that Hopkins is gone, they're missing the star receiver piece.
The thing is, they were young, too. This is not like it was an old team. I think it's the coach. I think it's the system. They had the talent there. They had defensive and offensive talent. There's really no excuses. I mean, now the Patriots, right now, this is the prime time to compete in the AFC. With Patriots losing Brady, the door is open. Now, I know you have Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes, but even Kansas City's defense is shaky. They're not a perfect team. This is your time right now. The Ravens are there. Kansas City's right there. Who's going to be that third team? Don't say Denver.
I'm going to have to go with Denver.
Don't say Denver. If you don't know, Samuel's a Denver fan. That's why I was saying that. So let's talk about what's next. We talked about the Hopkins move. Do you think... Now, we both agree that's a horrible move by Texans.
Oh, a horrible move.
And they didn't get a first-round pick. For the best wide receiver in the league, what's your opinion on that? The best wide receiver in the league, you don't get a first-round pick.
Either they were really desperate to trade him for cap space, or he was not having a good time in Houston and wanted to leave.
I think that, well, it had been reports, now it wasn't confirmed, that Bill O'Brien and Hopkins did not get along, and that I guess Hopkins wanted a new contract, so maybe they traded him for that reason. But still, that's the best wide receiver in the market. You give him that contract. You keep your franchise QB happy. You don't trade him away. If you trade him away, you get at least one first round pick.
Yep.
Not a busted up running back and a second round pick. I mean, if I was Texans fans, I'll just move to Dallas. So we just quickly touch on running backs. Todd Gurley to Atlanta.
The Rams cutting him was honestly a shocker to me when I didn't read into it. I kind of just saw it pop up on my phone randomly.
Yeah.
Kind of just sat there for a little bit trying to ponder what just happened.
Yeah.
He's a star running back. Brought him to a Super Bowl a couple years ago, but he's been injured a lot.
I think that's where it is. And then you also got to look at Melvin Gordon, who he came back. He wasn't the same. It took him a while to get into it. I mean, he's still, I feel like, a great... Melvin Gordon going to Denver, I think that's a
phenomenal move.
I think that's a good move.
Phenomenal move.
I don't think it's going to rescue them, but it's a good move.
It'll rescue us.
I think... And then we have we have Henry getting the franchise. I feel like that's, if any running back on the market that I would give a long-time big contract to would be Derrick Henry, because he just literally carried the whole team to the playoffs.
The thing about running backs, though, is they're underpaid. Teams don't really focus on paying the running back. Like, they paid Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill, who maybe had 6 touchdown passes last season? 7, maybe?
He barely had double-digit throws in the first 2 playoff games.
And they paid him while Derrick Henry's out there chugging 200 yards a game in the playoffs to lead them through New England, lead them through Baltimore,
I have to make this argument, though. It's not the same league than it was back in the day. So it's a passing league now. A running back is a great addition to the team, and it can mix it up the offense. I don't know if it's enough to carry your team to a Super Bowl. And they're also, I don't feel like there's longevity with running backs. You know, I mean, we see Tyler Gurley get banged up, Melvin Gordon. I feel like you get them to their early 30s. So you're saying you would give a big contract to a running back?
It depends on the running back. But I would give the deal over a Ryan Tannehill to a Derrick Henry.
Oh, for sure. But if you want Ryan Tannehill, I mean, one season, I don't think he played great all season. I feel like he played above average. I give it that 4-year deal. I feel like you should switch that. Give Henry the contract. And then give Ryan Tannehill the franchise tag. Let him prove it for another year.
And you got to think, they had Brady on the market as well going to Tennessee.
I get the long-term thing, like long-term pitcher. But do you really want Ryan Tannehill to be long-term pitcher quarterback?
You don't. You do not want Ryan Tannehill.
And then 2 years, I mean, you had the coach. I feel like the coach is great. You had the coach and QB connection with Brady if you would brought him back. I feel like they missed up on a big opportunity. Oh, a big move we missed, Diggs to the Bills. What do you think of that?
That's going to help out the Bills a lot.
I feel like, see, that's Houston. Are you watching? Houston, this is what you should have got for Hopkins. What Minnesota Vikings got for Diggs. Multiple picks, including a first-round pick. Now, Diggs is nice. I like Diggs. I feel like it obviously opens up Bills' offense more. I just don't trust Josh Allen. I feel like he's going to restrict the offense. He's not that accurate. Maybe he steps up this year. This is a great move by the Bills. I feel like they see the door open. They made it. I feel like it's a win-win for both teams.
I honestly have the win going to the Bills right now over the Vikings because, the Vikings lost their star receiver. Mm-hmm. They have some solid receivers left, but they're not Stefon Diggs.
Yeah.
And the Bills, Josh Allen has a cannon. Despite what you may think, that man has a cannon.
He has a cannon, but if it's not going to the wide receiver hands, it don't matter.
But he never really had a skilled receiver like Stefon Diggs.
John Brown is nice.
He's all right, but he's not a Stefon Diggs.
That's fair.
This man is a Pro Bowler.
Another wide receiver, Robbie Anderson, who's a little bit under the radar guy, I feel like, during the season. But in free agency, he was treated like a big market wide receiver.
He wasn't worth the money.
2 years, $10 million. I think average. It's 2 years, $20 million deal.
He was the top receiver in this free agency.
Yeah. It was a weak wide receiver free agency.
I just don't know if he's worth what the money they gave up. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound like a lot. 2 years, $20 million, but he only had one really good year, and that was last year.
Sounds a lot to me.
I just don't think he's gonna put up the numbers that they want.
No, and you gotta remember this was on a Jets offense who really didn't have nobody else. Like this is, exactly. I mean, who else you gonna throw it to?
He was their number one.
He has nice speed, but he's not a number one wide receiver. He's maybe a low end wide receiver 2, high end wide receiver 3.
I can see him at that.
I'll give Carolina this. I like how they didn't do a long term deal. I like how it's a short term deal, so you can get out of this if you need to. AJ Green's being held hostage. You think so or no? No.
They need to let that man go.
I don't understand what they're doing. You have good wide receivers upcoming. Good young wide receivers who showed last season. Give them the ball more. If you bring AJ Green back, you're taking away throws to them. You're slowing their development. You're not a contender. You're a rebuilding team. You're a young team. You should trade AJ Green for whatever you can, or let's let him go.
They could get a lot for AJ Green right now. A lot of teams could use him. The thing is, I think they want to keep him for this year to see how he is with Joe Burrow. I
don't think they can get a lot just because of the injury last season. Because we didn't see him last season, and he's getting up there in age. Sanders went to Saints. That's a nice move.
That is a good move, considering their offense is now even more stacked than what it was.
Michael Thomas and Sanders, that's a nice one too.
You also have Alvin Kamara coming out of the backfield.
Yes. Drew Brees needs that. I mean, he's getting older. Again, same thing with Brady. He can't do it by himself. All right, so tight end moves. We got Hooper, highest paid. He went to Cleveland for, I don't know what reason. I get they offer you a lot of money, but that's where I feel like receivers go to die.
It is.
I feel like that's like, I don't know if like for your career move, that's the best choice you could have made. I know that's money-wise, it's probably great. But career move,
See, after what he did last year, only 6 touchdowns, 780 yards with Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't see him being the highest paid tight end in the league.
We had Hunter Henry getting franchise tag.
Jason Witten.
Jason Witten went to
the Raiders
for a cheap $4 million deal. Now, to me, that's a slap in the face by Dallas. Like, the man comes out of retirement for you. You can't give him, like, a $5 million contract.
You got to think, though, maybe he didn't want to stay. Maybe he wanted to go play in Las Vegas.
I can see Las Vegas
with a Mariota or a Derek Carr.
Yeah, right? That's a dream scenario.
I'd honestly have both those quarterbacks over Dak Prescott. I'd have Mariota and Derek Carr.
You're doing too much.
Over Dak Prescott.
You're doing too much. We got, now, defense side. Now, we have Clowney still out there. Now, it might just be because he's asking for a lot of money. Would you pay Clowney that much money?
I'd pay Clowney whatever money he wanted.
You think so?
He's one of the top defensive players right now in this league. And in his position, edge rush, there's not a lot of key pieces there. And with him, him in Seattle last season kind of wasn't a good fit. It might have seemed like it, but he doesn't fit their scheme.
I think he knows that. That's why I think he's not wanting to go back to Seattle. But he does have an injury history. And like I said, he always hasn't had a productive season. So you can say he's a little bit inconsistent. So I don't know if I would give him that big contract that he wants. And that's probably what's holding him back right now from finding a team.
Yeah, the fact that Seattle offered him $18.5 million a year for 3 years, and he said no to that, I was kind of concerned. I don't think he's going to get a bigger deal than that.
No.
But NFL right now has him going to the Jets as their top pick.
The Jets is intriguing. I mean, they have a pretty good defense.
They have the money to pay him too, and they also have a Jamal Adams on that defense who can help him out.
I feel like it's a good pairing. I like that. I know the Colts is probably in there as also an option.
Yes.
Do you want to take up that much cap space for one position?
I think he's worth it.
Yeah?
I think he's worth it.
All right, we'll see. We got another move. Harris to Chargers. I feel like that's underrated move. I feel like that's very underrated.
This move hurt my soul when I saw it on ESPN reported.
He's one of the top cornerbacks on the market. I like the move. What do you think? Now this is sentimental to you. What do you think about it? I know this hurts your soul.
When I saw that we traded for A.J. Bowie from the Jaguars, I was kind of excited. I was like, all right, him and Chris Harris Jr., that's going to be a phenomenal pairing in that backfield. And then I saw some reports that Chris Harris wasn't getting a contract. And I was like, all right, maybe it's just something else. He's definitely getting a contract. And then I see he signs with the Chargers, a rival in the division. We basically traded him for Melvin Gordon.
That's a bad trade.
Chris Harris is a top cornerback in this league, in a league that needs cornerbacks.
Now, why don't you think they reached out? I think I have a reason, but why do you think they didn't reach out for a contract with Chris Harris?
He wanted a big payday, and I guess John Elway didn't think he was worth that payday. And then we bring in a young guy like A.J. Bowie when we already have a Kareem Jackson back there.
I think they're trying to go young. I mean, we've seen that's the reason why they traded Emmanuel Sanders last season. They're trying to build on a young team. So Bucs are improving their defense. Well, they also improving their offense. But defensively, they re-signed Shu, and they brought back Barrett, which was a huge move.
There's a lot of players left in free agency that have been contacting the Bucs, I've read from NFL, that want to go over there and play. And you have someone like a Logan Ryan that's still a free agent, a cornerback.
Yeah, I feel like...
Demarius Randall. There's a lot of fits that could fit in for them. I just don't know if they'll do what it takes to get them.
I feel like you have Brady. You have to. You have this 2-year window. You have to go all for it. And I feel like that's the best thing about having a quarterback like Brady. I'm going to miss this, that everybody wants to go there. So you're going to get people on cheaper deals. Big move we're talking about. Brian Jones went to the Dolphins. I feel like he was one of the underrated cornerbacks. Not in free agency, though, but during the NFL season. No one really talks about him much. I feel like he's one of the top cornerbacks in the league. I like this move for the Dolphins.
He is a top cornerback in the league. Mm-hmm. I think he went there just for the payday.
Yeah.
They're not going to win anytime soon, Miami.
No, it's a big contract.
For him,
5 years, $82 million. It'll be interesting to see what Dolphins are planning. We see this this is why no one gets scared of the Dolphins. We see this literally every other season about the Dolphins are signing the biggest free agents and talking about, are they going to be the new team in the AFC? I'm going to wait to see it. I'm not going to say anything. We've seen this so many times. It's like the Cowboys. Are they going to make the playoffs? We've seen it so many times. Until I see it, then I'll say it, but I haven't seen it.
Cowboys are the most consistent 8-8 team I've ever seen in my life.
Consistency. Going back to the Patriots, they lost
everything.
I don't know about everything.
They lost everything.
The Bill's still there. They lost linebackers. They lost Tom Brady, obviously.
They cut Gostkowski.
I don't mind that at all. We got some cap relief after that. I feel like you can go draft a kicker. And I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I just need more respect for kickers, but I'm not too worried about that.
Kickers are the unsung heroes.
I feel like out of the whole moves, that's my least of my worries right now for the Patriots. So do you think the Patriots are rebuilding, or you think they're just either retooling, I would say?
I don't think Bill will go into a full rebuild mode. I think he'll still try to compete while rebuilding.
Who do you think had the best first week of free agency so far?
I'm going to be biased here.
No. You haven't really done anything.
I'm going to go with my Denver Broncos.
What? Okay, why? What
we
have you done?
traded a 7th-round pick for Jarrell Casey to the Titans, who was a Pro Bowl defensive lineman 3 years in a row, including this year. We got an A.J. Bowie for a 4th-round pick that we traded for Emmanuel Sanders.
But what have they done lately?
We got Graham Gashnow, O-lineman from the Lions, who has let up 2 sacks in his whole career. He's been in the NFL maybe 4 years, they said.
Okay.
This man is going to boost our offensive line. That was our main key concern.
I don't consider A.J. Bowen or Melvin Gordon a big splash. I wouldn't give it.
I give it a big splash.
I don't know if I would give it a big splash. I don't know if I'll give it to him. I would say I like Arizona Cardinals. And I feel like Dallas Cowboys are actually having a solid free agency. Like I said, it surprised me that they kept both Dak and Amari Cooper. And they have brought in guys defensively to help out the defensive line. I would say I'll have to give the edge to Arizona Cardinals. I mean, getting Hopkins is huge.
That was the biggest move
this
offseason right now.
I would definitely give it to them. The thing is, they kept the important guys, too. They kept Drake. They kept Larry Fitzgerald. I feel like I like Arizona. I mean, like I said, I don't trust Miami because Miami always does sign the biggest free agents. So I don't want to just give it to Miami or give it to Cleveland just because they signed the...
Cleveland, no.
You have to get the best fit, I feel like. If Watson goes to the Patriots, I'll give it to the Patriots. I'm putting it into existence right now. I don't think it's going to happen, but, I mean, why not put it out there?
Bill O'Brien would not be that dumb to give it to Deshaun Watson.
You think if he demands a trade, though, Watson demands a trade, that would happen?
No.
No?
If he does demand a trade, he's not going to New England. Houston will not give him to New England.
I think, you have the Bill O'Brien, Bill Belichick connection.
But you got to think, they don't have, their draft picks aren't going to be worth anything.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, I feel like you would have to give multiple first-round picks, and I'm not sure if Bill will do that. All right, way too early Super Bowl predictions. Who you have? I can tell you who I have right now if you're not ready.
You can go first.
I'll have to say Baltimore Ravens and New Orleans Saints. I like what the Ravens did last season. I feel like they were the better team than Kansas City. I feel like give Lamar Jackson another year. That offense another year. Maybe add another weapon through the draft. The defense is rock solid. I think the overall team is just better. They have a way better defense than Kansas City. And the offense can be just... I mean, Lamar Jackson's not Patrick Mahomes given, but they're just like explosive. I had to say Baltimore Ravens. I'm rooting for... I think New Orleans has the talent offensively and defensively to get there. I would say, but they don't have enough to beat the Ravens. I say Ravens beating New Orleans. What do I want to do? I want to do 32-24.
I'm going to have to go Kansas City, Seattle.
That's a fair. Why Seattle?
Russell Wilson is slept on.
Yeah, he is.
All right, they're always right there. They just need that push to get there. I have it Chiefs winning Super Bowl.
Again? A repeat?
I have them winning a repeat. I have it 24-12.
24-12. Okay.
24-12.
So we're wrapping up here real quick. We want to answer some questions from our viewers. We have a question from Brian Holler. Do y'all think the Patriots will be better than a 500 team with all the important pieces they have lost in free agency?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. After everything they lost, a brand new quarterback coming in. We don't know how this Stidham kid's going to be. He might be another Brady. We don't know.
Do you think they're going to be 8-8, or do you think they're going to be lower than 8-8?
I'm going to go with lower than 8-8.
Yeah? You think Bill will let that happen?
I don't think it's in Bill's control right now.
That's fair.
He lost everything.
I feel like the Patriots are about to find out why they have to start paying up for talent. I mean, because you had Brady, I feel like they've been giving up cheap contracts.
No one's going to take cheap contracts anymore over there.
They've been getting it cheap, and I feel like they're about to find out why you really need talent. But at the same time, I feel like Bill is such a great coach. I don't feel like I remember the year with Matt Castle, not given they had a better team, but he still went 11-5.
Yep.
I'm not too worried about who's going to be the quarterback. I am a little bit worried about who's going to be the quarterback. Let me stop lying. I think Jarrett Stidham or a young quarterback is fine, but you have to give them surrounding pieces, and I don't see that right now. Now it's early, and like I said, the Patriots usually make moves later in the season in the draft. I don't see them being much higher than 9-7 at most.
I have them
with
going
that tough schedule.
6-10.
6-10.
Because their conference has gotten a lot better.
Like I said, I want to see what else. It's only the first week of free agency. I want to see what else is being done.
Oh, there's so much more to happen.
I feel like they definitely, because they need cap space. So I feel like there's something definitely going to be happening with that team. All right, so Levi Winston asks, which teams with a newly acquired quarterback for your free agency have the best chance of a true deep playoff run?
Newly acquired?
Mm-hmm. So you got to think we have Chicago, Nick Foles. We have Indianapolis, Phillip Rivers.
You got Las Vegas.
You have
With Mariota.
Yeah, but I mean.
You got the Bucks.
You have the Bucks with Tom Brady. And then we have Carolina with Teddy Bridgewater. Well, I felt like was a nice signing for them.
I hate to say this.
Mm-hmm.
I really hate to say this. I'm gonna have to go with the Bucks.
Yeah.
I'm not a Tom Brady fan whatsoever.
Okay.
But with the weapons he has over there, I feel like there's no reason, unless he just completely stops performing, that they're not gonna become a contender team.
No. I feel like who can make it farther? I think it's between Indianapolis. I like Chicago, but I just don't trust Nick Foles. I mean, Jacksonville, he struggled.
Or Mitchell Trubisky.
No, I don't trust that. They need more weapons offensively. Defensively, they're great, but offensively, they need more weapons. I feel like the more complete team is the Buccaneers right now. Unless Indianapolis gets a wide receiver, I would have to give it to the Buccaneers. Now, also another question by Levi is, why do you think the Chargers and the Bears held off on Cam, seeing as how his medical came back clear?
Medicals should be performed by the team that wants them, because any team can say anything, really.
Yeah.
They could have put him through different drills than you want to put him through to test certain things. You can't go off Carolina's evaluation because they're trying to get rid of him.
Exactly.
So you have to go off your own. And now that with the coronavirus, no one can really check if he's healthy still, what's going on. He looks pretty healthy from what I've seen. Chargers need more proof.
Yeah, I mean, we're not doctors, so.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, maybe we are, but no, we're not doctors. And I would say that what you're saying, definitely 100%. The team wants to do their own medical records. And also, I would say not too many teams really need. Like, you used to talk about Chicago. Chicago just traded for Nick Foles.
I didn't even have Cam Newton in Chicago's radar.
And you gotta fit the system.
Yeah.
The Chargers, I mean, I don't see why not. Why would they? I think they knew that he was gonna be a free agent, and they just didn't want to trade for him.
Yep.
I feel like now he's a free agent, it's all about contract right now.
It's either him or Jameis Winston. One of those two are going to LA. I don't see them keeping Tyrod as a starting quarterback.
No, I feel like they're going to either bring one of those guys in or draft Justin Herbert. And given the talent they have, I feel like they should just go with the more for sure thing and just compete right now.
They have the talent to compete.
Yes.
They just need that quarterback. So drafting a new quarterback and having him start, I don't think would be a smart option.
Because then you got to wait another 2-3 years.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would say just go for the vet for sure thing now, Cam Newton. Give him a 1-year prove-it deal. See if he's healthy.
Maybe even get Cam Newton and draft a rookie quarterback so we can learn under him if you think that's what you need.
Yeah.
Just don't start off with a rookie quarterback.
No, because then you can redshirt the rookie quarterback and give him more time to develop instead of just throwing him into the fire. All right, so that wraps it up. Thank you for tuning in to the
Locked In podcast.
Thank you. All right, you guys have a good week. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week.